Hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot. We're doing a format change for a second there. Hi, guys. These messages are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. It looks weird without my head, but I kind of felt like it. I felt like there was a shift that's happening right now, and especially since I just asked you guys about whether I should publish the last reading, which I will, edit it and timestamp so you can decide whether you want to watch it or not. And then I felt a shift and I was like, whoa, what's happening? First of all, I have to say I really liked that how you guys reacted, how we were having a conversation in the comment section. I really, really was digging this because I was like, okay, people are talking to each other, with each other, are communicating what they want, what they need. This I find absolutely excellent. I would like to continue like on this path, and I would like to ask Spirit what this shift is about. King of Water. Oh my God, did we not have that in the... We just had that in the other reading. We just had that, and that was over on the extended. We just had that. 8 of Air and 5 of Air. These are the swords. The suit of swords. It's really blue, and here we have 8 of Fire. Can you somehow see it? I know it's not really optimal. Change of format, change of perspective. Interesting. We're coming from, you know, the emotional realms here for sure. And that was so interesting because we were talking about in the extended of that reading, we were talking about the changed masculine no longer coming from an unhealthy point, but rather from a healed, very, very healed point, and hence, you know, in the true King of Cups or King of Water style, walking with his, with the ones he cares for rather than above them. You know, that's how the King of Water truly acts. I'm also getting Atlantean vibes again. There's so many Atlantean vibes lately in the readings. And I'm thinking this denotes to the event, you know, when Atlantis was covered by the big flood. And even before that, you know how they were this whole civilization and had so much power in, you know, the crystals within themselves, but also, you know, it was kind of vice versa. It was their deity, but also it charged them. But I kind of get the feeling, and of course this is kind of, you know, mystical and, how do I say, you know, there's not really proof per se yet out there, but there's so much information on it too, though. Maybe even more than we know, much like with the UFOs and all the sightings and everything, and all of a sudden the government admits to it or something. And I don't know, it's just, it's interesting. Very interesting, you know, how we're being kept in the dark about so many things, so many areas, and whoever's in power. And this comes up again. I can't even if I recorded another Aquarius full moon reading, I reckon it would come out just the same as the one I just recorded, because it starts going again about, you know, government and how we're ruled by people that do not have our best interest at heart, and which is why it comes back to us and our own responsibility in finding back to that. The 8 of Air, that is something that wasn't so big in the beginning, but is now really big, is what I can see. And this is meant to be in such a way. It's much like you're taking a magnifying glass and really looking at things. And this is something that COVID did for all of us. We had to sit in our homes. We had to be confronted with certain things because we couldn't get around it. There were no, you know, distractions and everything. It wasn't possible to really get around certain topics. And much the same here. We're going to see a lot more. Yeah, exactly. And with me saying that, all of a sudden I can see, oh, hi. I can see stuff in the clouds. I can see stuff in the clouds. That's interesting. It looks like faces, but it also looks like patterns. That's interesting. And we're being watched over. There's this message also, we're being watched over by the angelic realm. Like they're looking very closely is what I'm getting from this. If you've been seeing feathers, just know that this is spirit sending you signs and letting you know that they're there. And I've been finding an awful lot of feathers lately, especially because I've been feeling alone and because I've been feeling you know, like I need help because I've been seen so much, been shown so much, and then I'm so open and my heart is so open and I'm just like, holy friggin', how am I supposed to cope with this, you know? Like seeing so much that I didn't see before, or more details of what I may have known before, but it's like an inch deeper than what I was used to. And so I'm just like, my heart, I need you right now. And if you're in kind of like the same position and they're opening your heart as well and your mind as well, just call on them and know that they're there, like they're sending you signs. Yeah, in hopes that this is gonna help. But the 5 of air, it's a balancing act right now. And we've got this thing again. What is this? It's like a cycle or circle. And it's hanging on a string right here. See? She's holding it up and it's on a string right here. It looks very delicate, you know, like a fine line, a very fine line that she's walking on, not gender specific. Lots of birds. The birds and the feathers, I mean, what is this? I just need a second here or a minute. Formations in the clouds, the winged ones, they do play a role. They have messages for us, for you. Messengers of God is what I'm getting here, but also the arrival of peace. There's huge peace to be found. I think this is the balancing act too, because seeing what is going on, maybe having a lot of fire in our bellies about it, and then still coming back to peace, because that can be achieved in meditation. Sometimes not, because it's too upsetting, right? And then we might not even want to check in. Like I had a day like this yesterday where I was just like, okay, I'm just going to check in with Mother Earth because, you know, she never plays around. It's just like so nurturing with her all the time. Not so much with the spiritual realm, I feel like with the ethereal, because they have lessons for us. And so they have to act in a certain way sometimes that may not feel so pleasant to us. But I've never had that with Mother Earth. There is huge stability and love and nourishment always from her. The higher sides, the higher, you know, the ethereal realms, because of the lessons that are so tough sometimes. So we may be disappointed, or we may feel like we have been tricked, and realize years later we haven't been tricked. This was really necessary and needed to happen. But this is a different relationship, I feel, between heaven and earth. With the 8 of fire, there's excitement all of a sudden, and it's a different energy. And I believe that's the shift that I was feeling before I turned on the camera. I wasn't planning on doing a reading today at all, which is also, you know, and it's weird to do it like that, but that's the way it is right now. And I kind of don't want to change it. We have a butterfly here, so transformative process. And I see a scarab. Is that how you call it? You know, the ones, what is this doing there? You know, in ancient Egypt, the scarab was used. What were they used for? I don't know. Were they a symbol of protection, or because they show up a lot, but I don't know what they mean. Maybe you can drop that in the comment section, but I'll definitely look it up like once I'm done with the reading. Again, the patterns, they keep showing up. It's like something. This is the 3rd time I'm noticing this. You look closer, much like with the magnifying glass, and all of a sudden there it is. But guess what? It's always been on the card. It's always been right in front of you. What I'm being reminded of right now is like the greatest lies lay in plain sight. So the greatest, not mysteries, it's not mysteries, the greatest, you know how it's so obvious that it's almost, and so easy and so clear that you would not think that that's actually it, but that's it, if that makes any sense. And all of a sudden you get it. All of a sudden, I almost want to say we get it. all of a sudden we see what's happening, what's going on. Again, same thing. I cannot take any other road, even if I wanted to right now, guys. This is not even personal opinion. That's just what's coming through. And more of that, I believe, is going to come through. We'll see. But this is you, like on your spirit animal, like trusting this whole magical process, this whole magical journey, wherever it may take you. But it also promises, like, you know, better times. That's what that is. And I'm getting this sense of adventure with it. Let's use the Queen of the Moon and see what else wants to come out here. God, I didn't even prepare like properly for this at all. Jesus. Sorry. It was just a spur of the moment. All of a sudden, again, I was just like, a reading right now, right now. When I was about to take a bath. All right, what else, what else? What do you have for us? What do you want to tell us? Thanks. Oh my God, oh my God. We have release. See this? This is gorgeous. We have more butterflies and more clouds. There's something about the clouds, how we're being watched over, and how some of you may have a feeling even of being watched over. Yeah, Jesus, I had that the other night where I know because I'm being made more sensitive in all sorts of ways. So not just here, but also, you know, when it comes to energies, I'm just becoming more sensitive to them so I can actually feel them or starting to feel them. And especially at night, like it feels like something or someone just touched me, stuff like that, right? And or like something blew by and I'm just like, oh. But thank God, like I went through enough in that regard already that I immediately know what to do if I feel any fear that comes up with that. And it may be that there's fear coming up with that for you as well. And that's what you're releasing. That's what those events are here for. I'm again getting this sense of to wake you up. 27 breaking down to a 9, which is the completion of a cycle. Like we said here, like dangling on a string right in front of you. It's like you're holding that yourself. It's like the decision is up to you, kind of a thing. It's in your hands. And now I'm seeing like, or just saw how she was holding out her hand towards that cycle. It's up to you. It's in your hands or in our hands. What happens next? And that heart space again that I was talking about. So you may be going through this as well, like the opening of the heart space and that transformative process for that reason. But that which has held you before with all the shrubbery here, it's like spiky and everything, right? But here she's, I'm getting astral traveling right now, but strong. That was strong right now. It's like a whoop whoop kind of a, like if you've ever experienced that when that actually happens, when you leave your body, it's like a almost like you're being sucked out, and it kind of feels, it felt, in my case, it felt cold. It's an interesting experience, and I just almost like had that, and it denotes too, because I was talking about the night, and you know, denotes to at night how you go astral traveling, and you may not even be aware of it. Written in the stars. This is an event that is written in the stars, and it's almost like his clothes are becoming the stars. So it's like, I know it's a stereotype, but what I'm getting with this is Father God, and I know that you can't really, or from my understanding, you can't really pinpoint it to it's a male, a white male with a beard in the sky. The one is everything, like they are everything, like that energy. But that's kind of like what I was feeling, like the universe and how benevolent source energy is. And yeah, exactly how benevolent that source energy is. And again, how it may not feel good in the moment, and how, you know, releases, they're just like, you know, our hearts may be hurting, we may be crying, we may be fearful, we may be angry, all these things, but know and trust that these are releases, darlings, that are happening. And again, they're overseen by the angels, and you can see in this card, I hope you can see it, how he is so gentle with the fish here, and how he's so interested in them, in all his children and all their children, her children. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And they're the angelic helpers helping us all ascend, playing their part, as are we, because we did come down here to earth to have this experience at this very time. You may even be an earth or identifying with the angelic realms, so being an earth angel, an earth warrior, but I'm strongly getting those angelic energies here, like you yourself descending down from the angelic realms to be here at this time, to be of assistance, to raise the vibration, to bring down the light codes down to earth, so that we may all rise up. Surrender. Yeah, and that's not always easy. Surrender. Surrender to the process. 26 breaking down to an 8. It's going to be so successful for you if you are managing to surrender. It's like this monk, kind of a woman or man. And yeah, there are star beings around him or her in the cards. And again, there is so much like cosmic energy around. Like, allow yourself to be bathed in that light as often as you can. First of all, because you're bringing it down for the collective and for Mother Earth, but also for yourself. When times get difficult or tricky, remember this. Remember that there are benevolent beings of unconditional love and light that would like to assist you, that are here. It's almost like star family. Yeah, that's what they're showing me. It's like star family. You know how family, when they're healthy, they're just helping each other out, no questions asked, right? And this is that. This is you asking for help here and surrendering to that process. And we have that. It's, you know, it's a waning moon, a waxing moon here. I don't really know. A waning. Yeah, they're both waning. See that? So waning is when the moon becomes less. So this to me is an indication of time, especially since it's here and it's crescent 3 and crescent 4. That's interesting. So these two are connected, and of course 26, 27. That's very interesting. So it's becoming less because something is dropping away. Something is dropping away. That's why they were drawing my eye to the waning moon here too. Something is lessening. But then to become full again, it's those, like, trust the process. That's the message here, the strong one. Something is becoming less only than to become full again, once more. Oh God, that's so interesting. Thanks. Beauty, yes. Self-love, self-care, and recognizing your own earthly beauty, your own earthly existence. And this happens when you surrender, because I tried to explain this before, and I also stated that I wasn't an expert in this, but what I'm strongly getting with this is, you know, letting go of the suffering. And this is a mental thing, because something happens, that's an event, right? I need stones or something to explain this. Let's take this. So an event happens, and yeah, I just read this comment about, you know, okay, this is the event that happened. And what we do then, we take this event with us, like the whole time. We don't leave it where it is, but we keep repeating that event in our mind. We keep repeating it, and hence we keep carrying it with us. And that's where the suffering actually happens, because it doesn't happen just once. It happens 1,000 times during the week, during the day, because we keep thinking of it. And it's a matter of emotionally befriending yourself, becoming aware of your emotions, taking that time for yourself to become aware of the emotions surrounding the event. That's going to help you enormously, because then you are actually able to do this. Okay, we're done with this event. This is done. That's it. And sometimes when the event was big or had a big impact, this may take a bit longer than at other times. Okay, I do not want to be misunderstood here, but sometimes it can be done with one strike and that's it. But that depends on the gravity and, you know, how grave it is for you personally, because one event may not be the same, or definitely isn't the same for different people. Okay. Okay. What are we doing, Spirit? First, yeah. So ascension tree, a soul tree, sorry. The ascension deck. Let's see. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's it. Spirit. Oh, spirit. We have spirit. That's incredible. That spirit would show up like twice in the reading, because that is like personified spirit here, source energy, God, and then spirit is here too. This is incredible. I wish you could feel, I don't know if you can feel the energies, but it has this overwhelming factor, you know, how much we are loved, and you know how much they really care about us. Like, this is incredible. And we have those same colors, you know, we're staying in the same color scheme here. Like, don't forget how much you are loved. You know, we have this tree that almost looks like thunder, but, you know, a kind of a thunder. It's not that harshness that crashes down, but it's a really soft, almost like in a vacuum is what I'm feeling with this, a thunder in a vacuum. Wow, and I don't mean a vacuum to, you know, not that kind of a vacuum. I actually mean like the vacuum, time and space kind of a vacuum. That's what I mean. It's really beautiful. Like, know that you are taken care of. Know that you are, like, always, always. And this is something almost, it just felt like something here on my arm. And it almost reminds me of the last reading of the full moon in Aquarius that I did, where, now I lost my train of thought because of that touch right there. Sorry, I lost my thought. You know how everything is so well-meaning. Yeah, now I know again, because we had that same thing with the soul tree deck as well. There was this tree, I can't remember the name. One half was white and the other black, and it was just about life and death, and how there is no cut, how we just keep going. It's just a different kind of an experience. And that was interesting to me to see them describe it like that. There is no, okay, this is, because the way I perceive it, at least, and this is very conditioned, is it's over, chuck. It's like this, and this preoccupied my mental world as a child profoundly. But then again, I had an experience where I thought I had to die. So that's probably why it impacted me so much, and why at a very young age, and why I was almost like plagued by this. I couldn't understand how we just couldn't be no more. That was like, I was like, how is this even possible? I couldn't imagine this nothingness. But Spirit was stating clearly that there isn't nothingness, and that there isn't a harsh cut. It's just, it continues. It's like, now I'm seeing, you know, Avatar, like that tree where it's just like life streams. It's like a huge stream of light that just continues to run. It's just a different experience, but it's the same thing. It's the same tree. That's what they said in the other reading too. This is so gorgeous. I'm so glad I waited with my bath to bring this through today. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you. Work your light, oracle cards. And sometimes, you know, we resist change so much because we think we like what we have right now better, or because it's new and we are just like, I don't even know if I can do this, or how it's going to look like, and so on and so forth. But again, Spirit really has the overview, and sometimes pushes us through things in order for our lives to change for the better, to bring in something that is even that is even better than what we could have ever imagined. And that's Spirit. That's, you know, that incredible higher intelligence that operates from unconditional love. Wow. Wow. There is so much forgiveness in this, and so much grace, and so much love. It's unbelievable. It's like they're showing me right now just to a fraction of what it is to go home, you know, to go home to source. What they're talking about in the near-death experience when you're seeing the light. What else, Spirit, please? Thank you. Oh my God. Look, we were talking about the thunder. See this? We've got thunder here. This card says no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. No to what? No to what? I see this pyramid shape here. You know how you can also protect yourself with geometric symbols such as pyramids. You can imagine them around yourself. You are also charged. You can charge yourself in such a way also. The symbols again, the symbols, they keep popping up. You know, the ancient symbols, the hieroglyphs. You know how there's so much mathematics, and in the pyramid itself, as to pass on ancient knowledge, it's not just in the hieroglyphs, it's in the pyramids themselves. And again, I'm getting Atlantis, so maybe they're just referring to ancient structures in general, and they just said not all ancient structures. So I'm guessing some, yes. Is there a structure high up in the mountain somewhere? There must be, you know, as to worship the mountain and as to be closer to God. There's something like this. What is this? As to be closer to God, but you don't have to be high up on the mountain and build a structure on the mountain to be close to God. Much like you don't have to go to church to be close to God. You can be close to God wherever you are right now. Okay, I want to read that. It probably just says no, because in this deck, the yes card just says yes, 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 yes. So, wait, postpone, say no. 26. Oh, no, there's way more. Okay, cool. Because, see, there's more text. With the yes card, is just like the whole page full of yeses. So, wait, postpone, pause, say no. You are being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned 100% yes. Often when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. Let me read that again. That is very vital. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate, the new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You don't need to be plowing forward all the time to move forward. A potent, congruent yes when the time is right will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now just because it seems like the only option. Take a breather and wait. The waiting is actually very productive, for when the time for movement comes, you will be ready to dive right in. Use this time to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider your options. If the options are not clear, don't fear, because this time is a gift. Oh my God. Use it to tend to your garden and take a rest. To take a moment from your busy life to clear the decks and prepare for the time in the future. For come spring, clarity will bloom and you will have the reserve, space, and drive to say yes and act and move quickly. Yeah, say no, postpone or wait. All right, my friends, more? That's it. That was Spirit's message for you. I really hope you enjoyed this one and it brought you, you know, some guidance, clarity, light, love. Yeah, I'm sending you so much love, light, and shadow, my friends. Oh my goodness. I love you all very much, and I'm very appreciative of you being here. I feel like this whole journey with you, I kind of feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like we're coming closer together, and this could be also myself opening up again. I don't know. Or it's all of us opening up to each other. I don't know which one it is, but I feel a lot more close than I did a couple of months ago to this gorgeous collective we have here. Like, really, I can feel the connections. Yeah. And yeah, I just love you guys. Sending you lots of love. I'll see you next time. Bye.